Welcome to Flick Tactics Game Pitch. This is Bilal, aka Programmer Cheema. I'm the team lead and the game will go on 1st November to 21st March, or you can say basically 20 weeks. It is a JS turn-based strategy game. I have led 2 home team games as well as contributed in more than 10 home team games in Apollo Group. The inspirations are Advance Wars 1 and 2, Into the Breach, Fire Emblem Heroes. On the left side you can see Fire Emblem Heroes, on the right side there is the Into the Breach, and I really like both games. I want to get better in strategic game design, which is something I have never dealt with, and there's the cooperation and teamwork, finishing game skill, and level design. Here's the game. Now if I go to credits, just read the middle 2 lines. Yeah, that's all I want. Now go back and play the game. Here, there's the mech. Basically, this game will be based on 5 mechs. You can see the red ones are our units and purple ones are enemy units. So if I click the top tile, which is basically, it's a prototype, no art at all. I click it and there we go, I can move. And I click here and there you go. As you can see on top left, 1 AP gets decreased. And AP, from AP I mean action point, and when you move a unit, AP gets decreased by 1, right? And when all AP is done, you can't do anything else. And then you can only end. Reset isn't functional right now. And there you go. The enemy units, which is basically controlled by me, no AI. So I click here, click, and there we go. I can change unit with these left and right arrows. There you go. And I can go into water as well. And then when the AP is 0, I can end it and move on to the next turn. And yeah, it will keep on going like this. So here's how I think of game UI flow. And at the top, there is the objective. You can select any of the units from this whole map. It displays the entire map, right? And I can select a unit. For example, I just select this one. And there we go. It zooms in and goes into it, and all the options came in, right? There are all the 4 actions, and there is the units, details, and their action points, total units, help, escape, reset, objective, right? And then if I click the shield again, I go back. Yeah, I can just select with the right and left buttons, and if I have to, I could just click this and move the player. And that's the basic idea of how I want it to look and feel like. Of course, we are not totally going on fixated on it. Here's how it will look like on mobile. The idea is that I want to Flick Tactics to be mobile friendly. So there's the objective on top, there's the entire map, and you can't select units on the map, and there is action points, total units, and the same things. Now if I click on this shield thing, there I go back to unit, and if I click it again, I go back to, the map and objectives. And I can select units just like that, right? With these buttons, right, left buttons. Or maybe we can just have a pinch zoom thing. Game concept is that it's gonna be turn-based strategy game, and game theme is a mix of mechs, Japanese culture, and Advance Wars, right? We're going for these 3 things and we're gonna blend them. There is a map size limit. If you are about to implement a mouse hover or right click functionality on PC version, that means you have to think of an alternative on mobile version as well. There are gonna be 5 characters. There will be dialogues between missions. Basically the entire story mood is just dialogues, and those characters are gonna be Guru, Zareem, Hulu, Taja, Jonah. The characters will have powers. There are gonna be 5 units, basically 5 different kind of mechs. 11 missions only. The details are given in Trello board. Here is the basic yet pretty complicated triangle, right? Just like how it is in Fire Emblem. The triangle of axe, sword, and spear, I think. Here it is that the rifle mech, artillery mech, cannon mech, support mech, teleport mech. There are 5 kind of mechs. I hope it's clear. And you can ask me on Slack. I don't want to explain it in the pitch, of course. So what about game story? I mean, there is a campaign. The idea is that Guru was teaching Zareem and Taja. Basically, Zareem and Taja are students of Guru. Zareem is weak, Taja is great. They are learning army stuff. During the teaching, Taja was manipulated by Hulu. The same Sasuke story, if you have watched Naruto, he went to the bad people for the sake of power. And that's what happened with Taja. And then, you can see Zareem is like Naruto, the weak person, and then he slowly gets better. Character development happens during few missions. After that, he just brings Taja back, and both Taja and Zareem becomes best friend of each other, and then they beat both Hulu and Jonah later on. Zareem and Taja fight him together and gets completed. So here's the Flick Tactics board. The first 3 columns are really important. They tell you some of the important things that you must understand. For instance, if you are gonna write the dialogue for the mission, then here is the sequence of some of the important events. There is the palette for pixel art as well. If you have better suggestion, please tell me and we will change it early on if there is one. And then there is a limit, must be mobile friendly. And one more thing that's really important to mention is that there is no fog of war. All units are gonna be mech units. All sound effects are in one column. First few weeks are gonna be just implementing unit movements, maneuvering abilities. Yeah, same for enemy AI. A lot of art in the first few weeks. And after that, we are gonna go for mission dialogues, which actually we're starting from week 3, but we are gonna focus on mission dialogue. After a few weeks, mission dialogues and a level design. Enemy AI, maneuverability, gameplay UIs, indicators, character powers. Yeah, after that, I have added a lot of buffer because I didn't account for any, life things. And then in the end, we are gonna focus on testing the AI, the level design. We are gonna fix bugs, polish and tweaks. Of course, we are not going for big animations, just 2 to 4 frames. One more thing that I really want to mention is there are 2 types of art. One is the art without the animation tag. For example, this is a new character art, and the second is the kind of art that is with the animation. And if it says animation, that means there is 2 to 4 frame of animation as well. Maybe 2. You can go for 4 frames, but 2 for me is absolutely fine. We just have to show the state of the unit. It's gonna be 16 by 16 bright pixel art for all train units and buildings. There is a palette in the Trello board. As I told you, Japanese art style is what we are going for. And here are some of the ideas for Japanese art style. You can see the cherry blossom trees, instead of simple green trees, we can go for cherry blossom. And if we have to make like war building, we can go for curved roofs. And yeah, things like that. Here are more ideas for Japanese art style. Here are the programming rules. Level editor, of course, it's not gonna be like Mystic Chambers, complicated one. 12 UI states, world map, dialogue system. Audio is actually quite challenging this time. It's a blend of Advance Wars, Into the Breach, and Naruto Japanese, you can say. If you look at game design and concept, there were, tracks given, blended with this one. Yeah, same for character themes, 2 tracks blended, and, things like that. I've tried to really specify it, but of course you can just go on and be creative. It would be cool if someone would make all the dialogues for 11 missions. Here is some character development stuff and characteristics of all the characters except for Hulu and Jonah, who are just pure evil guys. That's the pitch. I hope that you are interested in Flick Tactics game, and if you are welcome to join Flick Tactics team on Slack. Thank you for listening to me and watching the pitch.